Now, before we talk about your big show that you're doing today, you and I used to work in the same building. So Ronan and I were rivals on breakfast radio. We were. Listen to this, hustler. We were.
No, not really. I was learning from you. I mean, look, I came in as the new boy, and I remember you had the big show. The breakfast show.
Yeah, but you were on the big salary, and I always prefer it those way around. You had it stacked your way. There's Ronan money, and then what's it they're paying me?
But, I mean, you were the man, and honest to God, like you and who else? There was who else was it?
Richie, I used to do a show with.
Richie, I love Richie. Richie stayed around a long time afterwards. He's still there. He's still there. But I think Chris Evans and yourself were the two DJs that I would, kind of listen to and take a lesson from, because I mean, you know what you're doing. I was the new boy on the block. I loved it. 7 years on radio.
So you finished this year?
Yeah, finished it, and I walked out. I left in end of June, I think, or end of July. And
did you enjoy it?
I did. I loved it.
It's great fun, isn't it? Breakfast radio is great fun.
It was amazing. I learned so much about myself.
What did you learn? What did you learn about yourself?
Well, just because I was 16 when I joined the band, and I was on the other side of the desk, so I was being interviewed, and I was fired questions. People were firing questions at me, and I was answering. Whereas I was taking time to think about the artist that I was and the performer that I was, and when I was sitting down with Ed Sheeran or whoever and interviewing these sort of artists, I was thinking about myself and who I was and the answers that I gave, and knee-jerk reaction answers that I would have given. It's changed me. It's changed the way that I get interviewed. It's changed the way that I get on stage and perform. The things that I say between songs are different now when I'm on stage. It's bizarre but brilliant.
And also, do you have an even greater appreciation? Because look, Irish stories are storytellers, right? Don't you have an even greater appreciation and joy at hearing stories as well?
Yeah.
Because radio is at best, it's a storytelling medium.
It absolutely is. It is. It's telling stories. It's been in people's lives as well. We were talking about it before the show. The years that we went through COVID and being in people's...
So did you still go into London?
Yeah. Well, I did a lot of the shows from home because that's what they wanted. They wanted us to be at home, out of the studios, and obviously not in close proximity with each other. So I did the show, but when I did start to go back in, you realise, you're in people's bedrooms and bathrooms, and
you gotta be careful with that. That'd be a Daily Mail headline.
Yeah, exactly.
You're in people's bedrooms.
Yeah, bedrooms, bathrooms.
Is that why you've had to quit that
kitchens,
show? Yes.
Yeah.
You holy goats.
I was found in bedrooms. But no, you were really, people didn't communicate with each other. So we were communicating. We were telling the stories, like you say, and they were really listening, and it was very, very special.
Yeah, well, we did. Obviously, you're in Melbourne, so we had a pretty nifty, just a cheeky little 2 years in lockdown.
Tough lockdown.
But it was a privilege to actually be on the radio during that time.
Yeah, it really was. It really was.
And so why have you just had enough? The hours? It's a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
and you're a granddad now.
I'm a granddad now,
yeah.
but as you know, it ages you.
Get out of it. You're like, there's no aging on you.
No,
you look like you're 21.
I'm only 21. I'm only 21.
You're an eternal 21-year-old.
I look like a 47-year-old. No, getting up early every single morning, 5 days a week, but also it's trying to go to bed early the night before, and what that does to me, because I was the night owl. I was going to bed super late because I'd be coming off stages or whatever, and then you can't wind down. It takes ages, so you're not in bed till 2 or 3 in the morning, then you sleep in the morning. And that whole shift in my life was quite dramatic. And I enjoyed it for a while, but then it really started to grate on me. And all the things that I missed out on, I'd have to say no. I couldn't go to dinners. I couldn't go out see friends because I was going home and getting to bed early. So I just thought, look, after
I can't do the early bed. I can't do the early bed thing. I still don't go to a 9 till 10. I just can't do that.
I know.
Dullest man on the radio.
Oh, look,
the kids are putting you to bed.
I know.
They're going down to lightweight. They're thinking down to lightweight. Why's he going to bed at 7 o'clock? Is he an alcoholic?
That's what some of the people on the shows would do. They go to bed 7 or 8 o'clock. I said, what? It's only when you start to get a bit of time then. You put the kids to bed and you get to sit down and watch a box set or whatever the hell you do.
Box set? What you got? A DVD player?
DVD player, exactly.
Box set.
Whatever, bloody TV series, whatever you call them.
When are you going to watch? Let's watch a DVD of Police Academy.
Oh, now you're talking. Love it.
So will you ever come back to radio?
No. I look, 7 brilliant years. I love the team on Magic. Gok Wan has actually just replaced me. Harriet Scott and Gok Wan now are doing breakfast, and it's just been announced. It's great. I have a great relationship. I left. Somebody said to me when I was leaving, there's not a lot of people that get clapped. When they leave a radio show, clapped out the door,
No, you're right. It's an amazing thing, isn't it? Everyone should be clapped out when they leave a job they've been doing for quite a year. It's the best thing in the world, right? And you've obviously had standing ovations and stuff like that. Being clapped out of your own workplace, it's amazing.
It was amazing. And somebody said to me, there's a lot of people that they get told to clear out their desk. And they're not coming back tomorrow. It's that kind of thing when you get thrown out of radio almost. So I guess it was, I went out on a high. It was 7 brilliant years, and I'm just want to get back to making some music and spending time with my family and my kids and my wife and that's the real decision why I decided.
So let me tell you this, right? Yesterday, I Googled you just to check you hadn't been cancelled. You never know these days, right?
You never know.
Listen, good luck.
I hope
you haven't.
No.
It's all good. It's all good. And the first headline I saw from the good old Daily Mail is that you have quietly moved to Australia. What is that? Have you quietly moved here? A little suitcase here, a little suitcase there.
Quite loud about it. Yeah. So we moved. We wanted to put the kids in school. Look, I lost my brother last year, and it's been.
I read about that. I'm sorry to hear that.
It was tough. It's been really, really tough on all of us, the family, and
it must have been devastating.
Yeah, it's a year later, and I'm finding that I haven't really started to deal with it, to be honest. So we decided we were reevaluating life. We wanted to be around Storm's family. My wife's Australian. We wanted to be down here with the family and be around them. And the kids also, as you know, the Aussie way of life is an amazing way of life. And we wanted to give the kids that opportunity while they're still young enough.
Yeah.
So the kids are in school in Sydney. We're here for
Are they loving it? It's a different lifestyle, isn't it?
Oh my God, they love it. Yeah. I asked them, I actually said to them the other day, I was walking them to school. How cool. I walked the kids to school. I was walking them to school and I said, where do you prefer to go to school, guys? In England or here? And they both said, hands down, here, Dad. Love it. The teachers are so nice. That's actually what they said. The teachers are so nice. This
is a much more positive, friendly country. Yeah. And look, we are both from countries where you can get in the sea. Yeah. You just need a lot of jabs and medication afterwards. Cold in Ireland.
It's cold.
That's putting it mildly.
It's cold. It's damp. It's the damp that got me. Yes. It's and only people that have been to England and Ireland know what I'm talking about. It's the damp.
So is this home now? Have you quietly moved to Australia, or are you just here for a while?
We're here for a while. We're going to probably be here at the back end of every year for the next 4 or 5 years. Kind of chasing the sun a little bit. We're gonna go back to the UK for summer next year. But we're here for a while, and I don't see that changing.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Now, tell me this. We had a look on ChatGPT, right? Typed in Ronan. You ever put yourself into ChatGPT?
No, I don't even know what that is. Right. Honest to God.
You don't know what ChatGPT is?
No.
Of course you do. What's AI.
That? Oh, AI, yes. Of course. I didn't know it was called ChatGPT.
Probably in the next 5 years, you'll have a couple of Ronans
that you have
made. You will have a couple of clones or stuff like that. AI. Yeah. Well, according to ChatGPT, right, you were is this right? You were a tradie. You were a carpenter.
No.
ChatGPT, they're raving about it.
Carpenter?
Yeah.
No. I mean, we built a house in over the last 5 years.
When you say we, do you mean obviously you got people in to do that?
Well, yeah, but we got ripped off by dodgy builders.
What?
Yeah, we got ripped off.
Now, in this country, there's a bad reputation about some Irish builders.
Well, look.
So I hope the Irish builders didn't rip you off.
There was English and Irish involved, and they ripped us off. And
who the hell rips off Ronan Keating?
Well, look,
big mistake.
We call it pop star tax, honestly. I was talking to Ed Sheeran. He got shafted as well by builders, right?
What, some dodgy guttering or driveway?
No, it was a little bit more than that. But my wife ended up taking on the job of the construction company. She set up a construction company. She became the architect. She became everything. She did the whole job, and we did it. And
like a project
I was
manager.
literally a tradie. I was on site. I'd come home from Magic Breakfast, and I put on my gear,
wheelbarrow.
I put on my clothes, and there I'd be, drilling my hand or whatever. It was unbelievable. Baptism of fire. I remember there was lads putting plasterboard up, and I came in and said, "What can I do?" And he says, "Oh, well, you wouldn't cut that plasterboard." I didn't know how to cut plasterboard, so I went outside YouTube. How do you cut plasterboard? Figured that out. Started cutting up the plasterboard and bringing it in. Bloody great job.
So you could become a tradie now.
Yeah, but I'm not a carpenter, but I have done a bit of carpentry. But yeah, no. What else does it say about me?
No, it was just that. I was just surprised. I thought, I didn't know you had a tradie past.
No, I didn't. I worked in a shoe shop before Boyzone. Part-time, obviously, I was in school.
Is it crazy? So you got into that band at 16.
Yeah.
You know, now you're a dad and you see what 16 is like. You're still a young kid.
Yeah, my eldest boy is 25. So it's mad. By the time I was 25, I had left Boyzone and I had him, my boy. And like, it's crazy. Yeah. I mean, it's 30 years, Christian, 31 years now. Since I joined the band.
And how do you look back on that period of your life now? Can you see it differently? Do you appreciate it in a different way? Because I think you guys were so famous, like megastars famous.
Well, I to be honest with you, it feels like a different person. I don't, I look at it and I think I'm looking at somebody else's life. I was just talking to someone about it yesterday. Bless him, the awful news of young Liam Payne and what happened. And, I think that the record industry has a lot to answer for with the way that artists are protected, especially at such a young age. He was 16, I believe, when he joined One Direction. We didn't get any training. There's no media training. Nobody comes and tells you how to do an interview or what to say or, how you should say something or whatever. There's nothing there. And I think they need to be protected. Like when you do The Voice or you do X Factor or any of these shows, we have basically psychologists who are there on hand to help.
Because they need that.
Yeah, they do. If they get the chair doesn't turn or they get told that it wasn't a great performance or whatever, they're devastated. So you need somebody to help them down easy. And none of that was supplied for Boyzone when we were 16 and 17 years of age. God knows what sort of how scarred I am now. I don't know, but I try to keep my feet in the ground and realize that I don't believe the hype too much. But I think people need to be protected more in this bloody famous world or whatever that means. And
because the pressures they're under now are way more than ever before.
God, yeah, it's scary. I mean, social media's a scary.
Would you want to be in a boy band now?
I don't think I would, to be honest with you.
Really?
No, I don't think I would.
Rather be a carpenter.
Yeah, I think I'd rather
cutting that plasterboard.
Yeah. I think I would.
It's a good
I'm
life.
better at it.
This is a guy who sold about 50 million.
What's 50 million?
Why don't you form a middle-aged boy band?
Perfect. Well, actually, I was talking to Gary Barlow. He's in Australia at the moment.
That's right.
Yeah,
he
the
is.
Take That Boys are here, and I'm seeing him tomorrow. And Gar and I think we've lived a very similar life, both of us. And we're at a very similar stage in our lives now. Maybe we will start a band, the two of us. We've been talking about doing something together, so maybe that's what we do.
You know what? It's time for a middle-aged old boy band.
There you go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
RSL tours. You just do afternoon shows.
Come on, we can sell a little bit more than an RSL show, please, Christian. My God.
His face when I said RSL tours.
Shows. Gee, I know what they are. All right?
They're a good time.
Yeah, they are a good time.
All right, you do a few warm-up shows in RSL, okay?
Okay, great. Yeah, we do the warm-up there. That's a good idea.
Then you go to the MCG.
Oh, bro, now I like where you're going. Absolutely. Thanks.
Now, tell us about Oaks Day. You looking forward to performing there?
Yes, performing today. And I've been in Melbourne all week. Obviously, I performed on Tuesday at Melbourne Cup with Ricky Lee.
Was that good fun?
100,000 people. The reception was phenomenal. It was incredible. I kind of put out the mic at the end of one of the songs and they sang the line back to me and it was just this wall of voices. It was so powerful. It was really special. So you're very much looking forward to performing today.
You strike me as someone who's owned a horse.
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
Big mistake. Huge mistake.
Did you lose money?
If you give anyone advice, don't buy a horse, yeah? I lost a fortune.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did it win anything?
It did actually. We did have one win.
Yeah.
Down in Limerick somewhere in Ireland.
One of the big major tournaments then.
Yeah, it was major. I think we sold them after that. It wasn't going to get any better. No, it was a nightmare.
So you're looking forward to playing today?
Yeah, looking forward to it today. There's going to be a lot of very, very drunk people, I think. That's one thing. I've done a lot of the races gigs back in the UK. You know it happens in Newmarket and so on. And they're always a rowdy bunch. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun performing. I saw it was Sophie Ellis-Bextor. She performed earlier in the week. It was great. Who else? Anastasia. She performed this week. Yeah, I mean everyone's up for it. They're up for a good time, especially this week here in Melbourne.
All right, lovely to see you, mate. mate.
You too, pal.
You look really well.
I don't know about that, but thank you. You do too.
Well,
it's nice seeing a smile on your face. You never had a smile when I saw you.
No, I know. I didn't smile until I was 46 when I moved here, Ronan. All right, enjoy today.
Pal. Take care.
Thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks, Christian.